Welcome to day 82. How do you guys feel? Are you guys like super proud? Because if you're not, I don't know what you're talking about. You should be, because this is the last day. So absolutely be proud of your progress. Congratulations on everything that you have done and accomplished thus far. I hope that you're proud of yourself. I hope that you achieved your goals and that you continue to push to achieve your goals using the tools and the habits that we instilled during this program. But I want to leave you off with some stuff. I want to leave you off with some tools to continue to develop and change your ability to eat the way that a human should eat. Evelyn on Wednesday spoke about the markers of success. The markers of success are what actually made you feel great that allowed you to make decisions about the foods. So, for examples, what foods allowed you to be successful? What foods made you fail? And this is important to think about. This is important to reflect upon because this is going to actually build your nutrition, your diet, your eating habits. We need to review the markers of success and the markers of failures. And what we need to do is actually go into our journal. You know that journal that you built over this course of the program? You need to go into that, review it. Look at how certain foods made you feel. When we had level ups, how did you feel when the level up occurred? Did it make you feel groggy? Did it make you feel sick? Did you actually feel better? Think about those successes. Mark them down as cookies because it's so important to understand what foods make us feel great and what foods make us feel bad. Once you've understood your markers of success and failures, what I want to help you do is start to create nutritional boundaries. Let's really understand what we want in our diet and what we don't want in our diet. So the team and I created a template that's going to help you better understand what foods should go in your diet. So if we go here, we have a table that you will do in your journal. It's going to be made up of 4 columns. We have the first column, which is the food. We have the next column, which is what do I gain? We have the third column, which is what do I lose? And we have the fourth column, which is the actual decision. We have always, sometimes, almost never, and never. And what you're going to do is put the food that was brought in to level up. So for example, we talked about carbohydrates or we talked about grains specifically. We can put that as a level up and we look at it. So for example, I have the nutrient drink. What do I gain from the nutrient drink? Makes me feel good. Gives me energy. Healthier bowel movements. I feel healthier in general. My skin has been phenomenal since I put myself on this program. And it's a quick meal. It's time efficient in terms of actually sitting down and drinking this. I can be working, I can be talking to somebody and actually be drinking this meal and I get full from it. What do I lose? Well, let's think about the negatives, right? More prep time. It takes me a little bit longer and I have to actually think and plan this meal out, right? So for example, I take Sundays, I take all of these ingredients that go into the nutrient drink and I prep it. I chop up the celery, I put them in little Ziploc bags and then do the same thing with the cucumber. And I make sure that my spinach or my leafy greens or, serving size are ready to go and I have them stored so that I can throw it into the blender the morning of. But that takes time. It takes me maybe about an hour to do that. And it can be a little bit annoying. Slightly more money. I have to spend money on these ingredients every week. Avocados aren't that cheap. So we know how much it can hurt the bank sometimes. But the value of the nutrient drink versus the cost that I pay for these ingredients far outweighs the money that I have to spend on the ingredients. The last one, it makes me pee a lot. So for me, I drink the nutrient drink and I have to go to the bathroom all the time. Plus on top of the water that I drink, and I like to drink coffee. So I'm always going to the bathroom, always peeing. And therefore, that's a little bit of a negative and it gets a little annoying. Now let's go to the fourth column. Always, sometimes, almost never, and never. So my decision on this nutrient drink is that I always want it in my diet. I'm always gonna have it because it has so many benefits to my health and I want it to be part of my nutrition path, my diet. Let's go to the second example, ice cream. So what do I gain from ice cream? Ice cream, it takes me back to my childhood. It makes me feel good. I go back to a happy place. Feeds my victim emotion. Sometimes when I'm feeling sad or I'm upset about something or overwhelmed, ice cream is what I go to be able to make me feel great. I like the sugar rush. I like the taste of sugar. We all know how addicting sugar can be. So I love that aspect about it. What do I lose? Well, I lose my health. We all know that from this program and the information that Rancis, Evelyn, and myself provided with you is that sugar and glucose isn't good and isn't efficient for the body. I get an insulin spike, meaning that my sugar and my energy goes up, and then I get a really bad dip, and then I just can't function for the rest of the day. My energy level goes down because of that insulin spike. I lose the ability to control my emotions. Now I'm feeding that victim, and that's not necessarily always a good thing. My willpower, I lose that too. I lose control over being able to control my emotions. And then my weight control, that contributes to my ability in maintaining my weight. We also know that in the program, Rancis and Evelyn spoke about dairy and how the dairy industry has all these negative things about drinking milk and the cheeses and all this stuff, the inflammation that comes in those things, and those are negative things as well. Not only that, but ice cream is also one of the foods that lead to diabetes. So I know overall that this food right here is not good for me. So I'm gonna put it in the column of never. It's not something that I want to include in my diet. It's not something that I want it to be a part of my nutritional path, because my goal with this program is to have full control over my nutrition, becoming as human as possible so that I can live the life that I want to live. So you guys have now just finished this program, and I want you to remember that this is an ongoing work. Just because you finished this program does not mean that the work that you have done for your nutrition is over. We encourage you to continue learning about yourselves, continue learning about how foods make you feel, because this is going to change over time. Remember that concept of homeostasis? Well, we're moving that homeostasis to the center, something that balances you, your particular body, and your way of living. So it's very important that you go to this document and you're constantly reassessing how foods make you feel. What is starting to cause more pain and more failure in your nutritional success than other foods? We have to really closely monitor that. And as we get overwhelmed with life, with our careers, with our relationships, it's very important to keep this awareness and this mindfulness to what we eat, to what actually we put into our bodies. If we can have full control over this, if we can create the utmost awareness with our foods, then we can apply that skill to the rest of our lives. This is the opportunity to always continue to improve. You have access to this program, and I encourage you to go back and listen to some of the videos in some of the areas of nutrition that you may have not got a full grasp on. So for example, if you didn't understand the information that was given to you about dairy or why dairy isn't good for you, I encourage you to go back to that week where we take dairy out and we actually explain why dairy isn't good for you. So remember that your job and your work with your nutrition is not over because you've completed this program. Here at Vita Project, what Vita Project stands for is Life Project. Your life is a project. And that means, like a project, you're changing things out. Some things fail, some things work, and you're constantly building it to make it better. Just like that, you have to go and continue to build that life. Build the life that you want to live. Build the world that you want to create and thrive in. And that's what Vita Project is about. So guys, thank you so much for being a part of this program. Thank you for your commitment, your trust in us, and believing in the process. And we hope that you continue to look at our other programs to help you thrive in life. After this video, what you're gonna see is a final video, the closing video. In that closing video, there are gonna be a couple actions for you to take to help measure your growth and to demonstrate to the world that this program is as powerful as your results. Till next time, guys.